Hi, I am Shira. Today I'm going to be showing you the Masters of the Universe Battleground game in a battle report. I hope you enjoy. Before we get into the battle report, I know many of you may not have played this game yet if you're watching this at the point the video came out. Since it's only just coming out in North America, check out the link in the description. So I thought a little rundown of the rules first would help before we begin, and then I'll explain a little as we go along. So before we begin the battle, we chose 100 points of models, including their equipment and their items to play. In the rulebook, there is a beginner's battle to get you off your feet where you don't have to worry about points costs at all or choosing which items for which person. And that works very well to teach you all the rules you need to know before you ramp up to the 100 points battles. For anyone who has played miniature games before, I think you'll find learning these rules very straightforward. For anyone who hasn't played miniature games before, it may take you a little more time, but if you are going to start into a miniature game, this one's a great one to get into. The models are lovely. The starter set has everything that you need to play multiple games. It's not difficult to assemble the models once you get used to it, and the assembly guides are great to follow. The rulebook is a slim booklet, so you don't need to be paging through many pages to find all of the rules that you need. Everything you need to know about each miniature in particular is on a stats card that's given with the miniature. The hex grid system makes movement very easy to determine, and you measure in inches anything you can't quite determine by the grid. And I found it really quite replayable and fun. And I'm not just saying this because Archon Studios sponsored this battle report, which they did, allowing me to get my outfit as well, which I adore, but because it's true, which I think you will see as we play through the battle. Now, to play a game, there are 4 rounds maximum. Each round has 3 phases. The preparation phase, when you refill your hand with fate cards, possibly discarding fate cards you didn't want to draw more new ones. The activation phase, where all the characters will be activated. And the cleanup phase, where buffs and debuffs your characters gain during the activation phase will be removed, where spent fate cards are discarded, where you gather objective tokens you manage to get adjacent to gain you victory points, where characters you chose not to activate gain extra mana, and to check whether the game should end, either because one of you has had all your characters knocked out, or if it is the end of the 4th battle round, you can tally up all the victory points you earned thus far. The person at the end of the 4th battle round with a lead of at least 20 victory points wins the game. Okay, so first of all, what are fate cards and why are they important? Each round we will take turns activating characters. Though we rolled for first and second player at the beginning of the game, and Skeletor won unfortunately, that roll is just to determine the deployment and to see who breaks ties during the game. But which character gets to go first and how many actions they get to take is determined by fate cards, which we draw from a fate deck at the beginning of the battle and will replenish at the end of each round. At the top left is the initiative number. When each player reveals their fate card during the activation phase, the player with the higher initiative number gets to activate their character first. The number next to that golden arrow, the action point symbol, tells you how many action points your character gains to use on attacks, movement, focusing, overwatching, and skills during their turn. The blue potion bottle represents the number of mana they receive to cast spell attacks and use skills and abilities. Some actions use one or the other, while some use both. And each character has a different need for mana and action points, so choosing the right fate card for the right character takes practice. And this is part of what makes the game so different from the next. Underneath that middle line is a bonus that is unique to each fate card and takes effect once you've activated your character. As you can see, you generally have a choice to make between 2 different options, so just choose the one that works best for the time you're using it. But also, the fate cards that are still in your hand can be played when your character interrupts an opposing character's activation, allowing you to get the little bonus choice under the line. I won't get into interrupting yet, but I will tell you that you can interrupt if your character has overwatched, and we'll get more into that later. Alright, and now it is time to get into the battle report. As you may have noticed, I am going to be facing against Skeletor today. No, he isn't going by any other name. No one gets to see behind the skull. Let's see who's truly the master of the universe. On the Masters of the Universe side, we have He-Man with his Sword of Power, Stratos with his Flamethrower, Orko with his Cosmic Storm, Man-at-Arms with his mace, with a mace and his arm cannon, and Ram-Man with his axe. And on the Evil Warriors side, we have Evelyn with Fireball, Shadow Strike, a Battle Harness, and a Magic Feather. We have Trapjaw with a Laser Attachment and Hook Attachment. We have Triclops with a Purple Sword of Power, which I don't know how in the world he could have gotten a Purple Sword of Power, but with a Purple Sword of Power and a Gar-Tech Vest. And Skeletor with his Havoc Staff, Flaming Missile, and every single relic you could imagine. Grey Skull Ring, Flaming Shield, Orb of Power, Battle Armor 1. Because he knows he's going to need as much help as he can get.
Sharing is for the weak.
Alright, and here is the battlefield. Skeletor, of course, took the advantage in his first player. We haven't set up the models yet, but this is the battle plan that I chose, and we did place our objectives. The central one was already placed, but our objectives are down, and now we will place our miniatures ready to battle. The Masters of the Universe have been put into play, heading towards objectives and, of course, to face off against the Evil Warriors. All deployed. As we have already drawn our 5 Fate cards, as well as 2 Glory cards, which are exactly the same as Fate cards, but are yellow and have an additional mission that could gain us victory points on them, we can move right from the preparation phase to the activation phase of the first round, where we will keep contesting initiative each time we've acted at least 1 character each, until all the characters we wish to have activated have done so this turn. We have chosen our first Fate cards, and Skeletor has chosen a 4, but She-Ra has chosen a 9, which means I will get to choose to act first, and this one allows me to gain a focus for someone, so they're going to do that, and we are going to choose Man-at-Arms. So every person has a card, and on it is their name, their abilities, and their stats. They also have an icon to show you which force they're part of, and you can only play characters together if they are from the same force. So Man-at-Arms has 5 health, 4 toughness, 2 mind, 2 power, 4 perception, and 4 strength. And besides the life total, this is generally the dice that you will use when you're doing tests that have to do with each of these stats. With melee weapons, you're going to be using the strength stat, so he'd be rolling 4 dice. If he's defending against a melee attack, he'd be using his toughness stat. If you have a ranged attack, you're instead using your perception, and that, if he was defending against a ranged attack, would be using his toughness. If you were doing a spell attack, you'd be using your power. When you have to defend against a spell attack, you use your mind. The skills that you have are either passive or require activation. Alright, so Man-at-Arms has been activated. Because of the Fate card he played, he currently has 1 action point and 2 mana and a focus token. When a character gains a focus token, either through Fate cards, abilities, or using the focus action, it does one of 2 things. 1, you could spend your focus while moving to choose the second number in your character's movement. So Man-at-Arms can make an action to move 5 hexes, or if he's focused, 8. That is one way to do the focus token, but the other way to use the focus token is during tests. Any attack, any defense against that attack, whether it be melee, ranged, or spell, is considered a test, and defending against any of those are also considered tests. That's where you could use your focus. And using a focus on a test improves your dice roll by 1, which is called increasing the scope of your test by 1.
Alright, Man-at-Arms has only one action, but with his focus, he's going to move 8 into what looks to be an absolute death trap, but he's doing it anyway to get to that objective.
If the round ends with one of my characters adjacent to an objective token that has no enemies adjacent to that character or that objective, I'll gain 20 victory points.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and he's standing on it, so it's mine. It's mine now. You can't take it. It is now one of your characters' turns to activate.
I will move Evelyn 5 hexes, and she is within 12 inches of He-Man, and she will cast Fireball.
Oh no.
And she will expend an additional energy to increase the flame.
Oh no. That was not wise placing on my part.
Okay, handling spell attacks. So her first action point was used to move her forward, and her second action point +2 mana and an additional mana because Skeletor decided to increase the radius of her fireball. I'll get to that in a second. So it costs 3 mana +1 action point to cast this spell. He also chose this part of the bonus, so she will have 1 mana after this has happened. So this fireball spell has a 12-inch range, and the modifier for her dice roll is 0. On Shadow Strike, if she were to cast that, that also has a 12-inch range, but her modifier to the dice is -1. So power is what you would roll for spell attacks. Her power is 5, so you'd roll 5 dice, but with Shadow Strike, she'd only roll 4 dice. But with Fireball, she rolls all 5 dice. She is looking for 4 or better on her dice rolls. Everything looks for 4 or better on its dice rolls unless it says otherwise, or the scope, either through focus, has been increased by 1, or maybe she's shooting at someone across terrain so they have cover, so that could decrease the scope by 1. But generally she needs a 4, 5, or 6 on dice rolls, and each one of those would count as 1 success. He-Man will get an opportunity to save against those successes. Because she's casting a spell at him, his defense test is going to be using his mind. So he will have 3 dice to roll, and again, you're going to need 4 or better, and every 4 or better that he rolls with his dice will cancel one of her successes. Now, the fireball, as I mentioned, this spell affects the target and all characters within 1 hex from them. So He-Man is the target, and anyone around him within 1 hex will also be targeted, and she will roll for them as well. But before attacking, she spent 1 additional mana to increase the radius by 1. So that means everyone within 2 hexes of He-Man will be affected by the fireball instead. So they will also have to roll.
Starting with He-Man. Oh
no.
The fates favor Skeletor.
As you can see, Skeletor succeeded in every single roll, but beyond that, 6s explode, which means you get to roll an additional dice, and if you get a 5 or better, that too is a success. And if you get a 6 on the exploding dice, you can keep going.
Exploding dice? Oh no!
Yes. I'll get you, He-Man.
Oh my gosh, poor He-Man is burning. Alright, He-Man's mind is 3, and that's 6. 6. Okay, oh, poor Orko. Poor Orko needs it for himself.
Orko's magic hat ability allows him to spend mana to give an ally within 8 inches an extra dice to the defense test for each mana used. And that's what I'm thinking about right now.
He-Man's gonna have to be on his own here. Nope, only saved 2. How much damage is that? With 4 successes?
2 damage.
Okay. I'll take that and roll for the next person.
Orko.
No, Orko. Oh no. 3 successes. Okay. Orko's mind is 3 as well. But Orko only has 3 health, so I'm going to take one of his mana away to give him an extra dice, because his magic hat ability does that. That's a fail. And the other exploding dice. Okay, so that's 3 successes.
Orko! That evil little flying creature. Now for the bird brain. The 6 explodes.
All right, 3 successes. Stratos has a mind of 3 as well, but Orko's going to give him another dice to roll. Saves.
It is not helping my evil warriors that you are in cahoots with the fates, She-Ra. 2.
Well, I win again. With Stratos, I'm going to give him 2 mana. If he just moves up 1, and then he's going to flamethrower her in retaliation for her fireball. Oh no.
Excellent.
He's going to use one of his mana to reroll one of these. Oh no. Unfortunately, he does require 2 successes to be successful, so she avoided him somehow.
I will activate Triclops, and I will give him the secondary mission. He will move twice, and he is engaging Master-at-Arms, disallowing him from grabbing that objective.
Only for now.
More rules to go over. So I played this for Stratos. This is a glory card. Like I mentioned, it's exactly the same as a fate card. You do have a glory card deck and a fate card deck that you begin with, but in the game you will only ever have 2 glory cards at all, so that's only 2 other ways to get potential victory points. So I have Stratos with this. During a single activation or interruption, if Stratos deals at least 3 wounds, I will immediately gain 20 victory points. Skeletor had this one laid with Triclops just now. His says one of your characters ends a move action in the enemy's deployment zone, and that will give him 10 victory points. Now, on top of getting victory points this way, and objective tokens that we obtain at the end of a turn, as long as there's no enemy adjacent to the character trying to get the objective or adjacent to the objective itself, if you knock out your opponent's character, you get the points that that character was equal to, as well as the points that their equipment and their items they're carrying were equal to. So there's a variety of ways of getting victory points. Okay, let's continue.
6. Oh, you are first player, which means that you get to activate your minion first.
That's right. I will activate Trapjaw, give him a focus, and then I will spend the mana to change his hook attachment to the laser attachment. He will shoot at the bird brain. The focus will at least nullify the effect of the cover.
When there are low obstacles between characters, the target has cover. which means that the scope of ranged and spell attacks are decreased by 1. So, Trapjaw's focus improves his scope by 1. The cover in front of Stratos decreases it by 1, meaning Trapjaw needs to hit on 4s. Stratos was not affected by this rule when he shot at Evil Lyn earlier because he is adjacent to the terrain he is shooting across, which means it isn't factored in. But Trapjaw is not adjacent to the terrain in front of Stratos, so Stratos has cover against Trapjaw's laser attachment attack.
3 successes.
Stratos has a 2 toughness. That means Orko will help him out again.
That Orko!
And hopefully help him with his successes. Oh no, he's got only 1 success.
1 wound.
And the Fates gave Trapjaw a focus. So our battle is looking like this so far. But now it is time for Ram Man to activate. He's going to do what he does best. He's going to move 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he's going to do ramming speed. Never mind, he's not going to do ramming speed. He's got no mana.
As smart as usual, I see.
He's going to move. He's going to move another 4.
Whenever you do the same action, when the character does it a second time in the same activation, it costs 1 extra action point. So though I had 3 action points altogether, Ram Man had to spend 1 for the first move action and 2 for the second move action.
Are you ready, She-Ra? 9.
9 is not going to be good enough. Orko has things to do.
That little floating twit.
So he's going to have a side mission to give me.
Now, here's where reading the rules as written slapped me in the face. Thankfully for you, Archon Studios themselves made certain that all of the rules in this tutorial are accurate. Originally, we had been given our characters the side missions with the assumption that they themselves had to complete those side missions. Makes sense, right? Good, because that's exactly how it was supposed to be played. However, at some point, it somehow made sense to us that because it said the player had to succeed in the missions to gain the victory points and not the character per se, we could give our mission to any character and still earn it. Well, that isn't the case. Only the character can earn it if they have the side mission, of course. I think the moral of this game today is going to be that a mistake can be hard to admit, but let it be a learning lesson for yourself and for the countless people who will watch you make that mistake. So poor Orko will actually need to knock out someone himself with his tiny little fists to gain this victory condition. Well, let's see how that turns out for him.
And I am going to move him first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
When moving over low obstacles, it takes 3 of your movement to get over it. When moving over high obstacles, like all those walls that you see, it would take 6 movement to get over it.
And then he is going to cast Cosmic Storm upon Triclops. First, however, being a Chaos Mage of Swords, he has to check whether his Cosmic Storm is going to work at all. With a Mind +1 test, I just need 2 successes.
Excellent.
Is there any way to re-roll that? It's a test. Ah, I can just re-roll it. I'll re-roll one of the dice anyway with a mana. Tempt it. No.
Now I will activate the truly useful evil warrior. I will move Skeletor, and upon activation with the Orb of Power, I will choose this and get a total of 3 mana. Move Skeletor, and I will shoot at Orko. He will get cover. Only 5s count because of cover, but that 6 explodes, and it fails.
Orko's mind is 3. Oh no, I failed all of them. No, Orko.
Excellent. Unfortunately, it's only 1 damage.
Oh, thank goodness. Poor Orko. And we have He-Man to go now. He-Man is just going to choose this one. During this activation or interruption, this character cannot be interrupted, but I'm just going with the 2 action points. He's going to focus and then move 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Focusing in on Evelyn. Hopefully keep her from doing any more fireballs in the future. Oh my gosh. Is Evelyn going to fire a fireball with her allies in range?
Absolutely.
Well, that ends round 1 then. And we'll do our cleanup and then we'll start round 2. Everyone's status at the end of round 1. Everyone's status on the evil warrior side. And our battlefield currently looks like this. An 8. And I chose a 7.
If the characters had focus
Oh
at
dear.
the beginning of its activation or interruption, gain an extra action and an extra mana.
Oh, that's not good.
So, of course,
Trapjaw.
Trapjaw will be shooting at He-Man. He has a good, clear line of sight to him.
Darn it.
And he will shoot twice because he'll have enough activations to pay the extra toll to shoot him again. The second time will not be focused, of course. The first shot at He-Man. 3 successes.
He-Man's toughness is 3. Orko might be in range. I think we'll risk it. 1 success.
So that will be 1 more damage to the muscle brain.
He is at 3 damage now on him.
Trapjaw's second shot with his laser attachment only has 1 success. Yes, only 1 success.
He-Man will roll 3 again. Come on, He-Man, for the power of Grayskull. Yes, 2 successes.
Unfortunately, I forgot to use his potions.
That sounds like what Trapjaw would do anyway.
Trapjaw, you metal brain!
I'm going to activate Man at Arms. During this activation or interruption, melee costs 1 action point less to use to a minimum of 1, so he's going to attack Triclops twice. So 4s. That's 3 successes for the first one. Triclops has 2 successes, and I had 3 successes. That means that's 1 damage.
Your first damage on my evil warriors.
Yes, my people are so much more wounded right now, but hopefully this is going to change this around. He is going to do his second attack. Much better. Yes! Oh no!
I just need one more success. There it is.
Oh no! Oh no! Way to rub it in! Ah, nuts. The fates have decided a 6 for me.
Seems you win this time. I chose something that has 4.
All right, I am choosing to go with Ram Man and finally get him into being engaged with Triclops. Weird Eye. During this activation or interruption, a focus action costs 1 less action points to a minimum of 1. To a minimum of 0, actually, and so he's going to spend 1 just to, well, to be flanking him, because that seems like a great idea. Oh, can I do that? I was there.
That's right.
2,
Turn your back
3,
on Skeletor.
4. I have to do this. Ram Man, why are you so slow?
Having second thoughts about turning your back on me?
Very much so.
Your characters have a front and a flank that matter in the game. When you are attacking another character, your character must turn to face that character. And whenever you are able to attack someone from their flank, or if you are attacked from your flank, the attack has an increase of 1 to its scope. So watch out how you position your models, lest you get a flaming missile in the back.
So he's now going to focus for 0 and hit him with his axe.
That's okay. Triclops is disposable anyway.
He's got a toughness, he's got a strength of 4, but because he's focused, he gets an extra attack dice. And because he's focused, it's 3s. Thank goodness he's focused. I had 3 3s.
Yes, indeed.
5 successes. Unfortunately for me, it only does a maximum of 2 damage. I think I'm going to have to upgrade your weapon.
That brings the total damage on Triclops to 3.
Oh,
how appropriate. 1 for each useless eye. I believe Evelyn wants to flick some flame.
Oh no.
Let's see. Unfortunately, we only really have one choice. We have to get rid of that muscle brain. Evelyn will activate, and she'll choose the first, increasing her spell potency. She'll gain 2 mana and use 1 with her first Shadow Strike on He-Man, with no success. I'm surrounded by fools. The second one, she will expend 2 mana and get an extra dice. At least there's 2 successes in that mess.
He-Man's mind is 3. So I will roll 3 dice for this.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I need you to fail that.
He-Man doesn't think much of Evelyn. His mind's superior. And the Fates have chosen 5 for me.
5 for me.
And since you're first player, you get to go first on ties.
Triclops will be making some of his last moves, I believe. He will choose the extra activation, and he will swing. Question is at who? Meathead number 1 or meathead number 2?
They're not on here today.
Ramman. Ooh, an exploding 6. That doesn't explode. 4 successes.
Ramman's toughness is 4, so... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's 2 successes then?
1 damage, and he gains 2 mana.
Oh dear. That's a good weapon.
That's why I gave it to him.
So, just going to do 2 actions. One is to move to be engaged in the more aggressive way with Evelyn. And the other is to have at her with my sword of power. Only 2 successes.
But that 6 explodes.
Oh, bother. She heard what I said earlier about He-Man. Actually, they haven't done any damage to each other. Oh, except for Fireball in the early games. He's still singed. His fabulous hair is still singed. All right, the Fates have decided 8.
Seems the Fates have sided with you.
As they should. Orko is going to act right now, and he's going to get an extra mana, so that brings him up to 3 mana. Okay, so first Orko is going to try Cosmic Storm again on 3 eyes, but first he has to see whether it works. Please work this time. That would be great. Woo! No! No! Orko! Why are you so... What's he doing in the fight? Oh, but he is helping other people do better, so that's what he's doing. Okay, that was 1. He's going to interrupt, or he's going to Overwatch. He's going to do that.
All right, Overwatch. When someone spends an action point to get an Overwatch token, or a fate card or an ability gives an Overwatch token, the character is said to be on Overwatch, which allows them to interrupt an enemy character during that enemy's activation. When they do, that interrupting character gains 1 action point to use as they see fit, with some restrictions, which I'll get to, and you can play Glory or Fate cards from your hand to give the character bonuses on the bottom half of the card. For example, this extra action point would probably be a pretty nice bonus for the interruption. So during an interruption, the interrupting character can use that action point to move or attack or use an active skill. The cost to do that is normal, but all attacks or skills that target an enemy must be targeting the interrupted enemy. All movement must be towards the interrupted enemy and within line of sight of that enemy. All tests made by your interrupting character have their scope decreased by 1. So that's all attacks, all tests. And all fate cards played are discarded. This interruption does not count as the character being activated this turn. Now, you cannot choose to interrupt. Instead, it will automatically happen when all the prerequisites are met. So, a character on Overwatch must interrupt an enemy activation or even an enemy's interruption when all of the conditions are met. Number 1, the enemy ends their move in a hex that is within line of sight of the character on Overwatch. This game uses true line of sight, so if you bend down and look through the character's eyes and they see that enemy, they are in line of sight.
high obstacles like all those walls block line of sight as you'd expect. All right, so the enemy ends their movement. That's one. Also, the enemy's base, at least part of it, has to be in the front arc of the overwatching character. The characters don't see out of the back of their heads, so Ram Man in that case would not be able to see or interrupt Trapjaw. Okay, so first, it's them ending their movement. Second, they have to be in the front line. The last part is that an enemy has to end within range of one of the weapons that your interrupting character has, or your interrupting character is close enough that a single move action would get them into engagement with the enemy. And if they have a focus token, then as long as they're within range of their focus move. If you have more than one character interrupting, you decide who interrupts first, whichever you want. So all three of those conditions have to be met for the character to interrupt. That means that simply attacking or focusing or acting in some other manner that does not include actually moving your character will not cause an interruption. Also, I should note while we're here, there are such things as attacks of opportunity. If you attempt to move out of combat, anyone within engagement will be able to attack you once for free with a scope increased by 1. So be wary of removing yourself from combat without keeping that in mind.
Skeletor will have to activate to save Evelyn. I will go with the interruption choice on the card. When Skeletor activates, he will get 8 mana, and he will get 1 from the card, bringing him to 3. He will spend all 3 of them this turn. First, to summon Evelyn to his side. Test at -2. 1 success was all that was needed. I believe she will be useful here where she can fireball her friends. And on the second action, Skeletor will use his last remaining mana to shoot a flaming missile at He-Man.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, I only have 1 success.
Mind. So 3 dice. 2 successes.
Fail yet again.
He-Man darted in around the corner as it was going.
He-Man, I will get you.
Not this time. I can hear his voice already. That means my last fate card is for Stratos. And since I don't have a fate card to discard because I'm using every single one of them, he will gain an extra mana. So 2 action points and 2 mana points. He's going to spend 1 of the mana so that he can jump over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can see Skeletor. Now, does he have cover? He might. Looks like He-Man's in the way.
To clarify cover, any point from Stratos' hex must connect in a straight line to 2 points on Skeletor's hex without anything, be it low obstacles or other characters, being in the way. So He-Man is inadvertently providing cover for Skeletor. However, the area effect of the flamethrower will hit Evelyn too, since she's within 2 hexes of Skeletor. But the line of sight is measured from the flamethrower's original target, who is Skeletor, and not from Stratos, so she will not have cover against this attack. Cover decreases the scope of the attack by 1.
I'm going to say he's in the way, so he has cover against the flamethrower, but Evelyn is not going to have cover against the flamethrower.
Before the bad brain spits his flame, I will attempt giving a mana to Skeletor to shoot him with a flaming missile.
Cover, right? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, bother.
3.
He's only got a 2 toughness, and Orko's out of range. Okay. 1 success.
1 damage.
He has now 2 damage on him. Flamethrower at a -1, so 4 dice. First on him, but the scope is reduced by 1, that what the cover does? So it's hitting on 5s. Only 1. Should I reroll? Feels like I should reroll. I'm going to try and reroll one of them. Nope. Only 1 success on Skeletor, unfortunately.
Against the flamethrower, only 6s succeed.
No successes.
And Evelyn. Oh, he wanted to really get back at Evelyn for that fireball earlier. Four successes on Evelyn.
We have 1 success. 3 successes results in how much?
2 damage. The current status for everyone at the end of round 2. Everyone except for Man-at-Arms is now injured. Looking not so good. But now, on this side, everyone except for Trapjaw is injured. All right, round 3. 10. Oh, the fates are on your side for the moment. I only have a 5. Who do you plan on moving first?
Trapjaw.
Trapjaw.
I will give him an extra activation.
Oh.
Unfortunately, he'll be shooting at the bad brain with cover. But I need to try to take him out before he breathes fire on me again.
And that is exactly who I was intending to act next. Come on. Stratos. Uh-oh. Okay, 3 successes.
His defense is?
2. Oh my gosh, he's still out of range. Okay, come on. Just need lots of successes. How much damage would 2 successes be?
1.
1 damage. Okay, we can handle that. Okay, 1 damage. He's down to 1 health left.
The second shot.
Maybe that.
I will re-roll 3 of them with 3 mana.
Oh no, that's not good.
And the 6. 1 success because of cover.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. All right, that's so. We try with 2 toughness. Yes.
That does not bode well.
Yes. So just gained 2 mana, and he's got 3 actions. Can't do a focus action, but that's all right. He wasn't planning to. He's actually going to move forward so that they did not have cover on his flamethrower. Stratos has 5 dice minus 1 for the flamethrower. First on Skeletor, your avatar.
Are the fates in your pocket?
Okay, 5 successes on Skeletor.
The fates have sided with you yet again, She-Ra.
Right, against Evelyn. Not nearly as lucky. No. 1. Oh, bother. All right, that is... Oh, Stratos has 1 more action left, and he's going to do a interrupt. Overwatch. While the fates were deciding what we would do, the Havoc staff went crazy and got 3 mana for all of those wounded allies that it didn't get previously. And now, the fates say I have a 6.
And I too have a 6.
And you're first player, so you win that. Focus action costs 1 less to a minimum of 0. Ouch.
That one I think I will go with. Activating Skeletor, which gives him a mana immediately.
And his Orb of Power.
And he will focus for 0. And then he really doesn't like that bad brain. He will shoot a flaming missile at him.
He didn't want to move first? Do a little jig?
No, he doesn't. He wants to burn the bad brain. Four successes.
That's a spell, yes? So that's against his mind. His mind is 3. Okay. Oh, I think... Does you only need 1 success to do damage?
Yes.
Stratos. I really need to have moved poor Orko up. Stratos is out of the game.
Another rule that Archon Studios reminded me of that I missed during our game was that when you activate a character last, you cannot have him activate as the very first character in the next round, which is what I did, which put Stratos out of cover right into Skeletor's way. So, I mean, it's kind of karma. I kind of cheated, accidentally activated Stratos when I shouldn't have, and he died. Don't cheat, boys and girls.
And fortunately, because I was focused, the casting cost of flaming missile.
Oh, great. Oh, how nice. How nice for you. Stratos might be out for now, but he will come back again once he's healed. He's been burned so badly. So badly.
His second action will be to focus again. This time it will use his last action.
He-Man is going to move in at Skeletor and attack. 5 dice. Three successes at Skeletor.
Skeletor has a flaming shield.
Ah, bother. Darn it. When the character has focus, gain +1 to the scope. So additional +1 to the scope?
Yes.
From all frontal attacks?
Need 2s. I will spend a mana to reroll that 1.
That was He-Man. At the end of this activation, though, he gains a interruption token. All right, the Fates have brought Orko into play for 9. Orko has got to get in there, so he's going to go with getting extra mana and moving in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and attempt for the 3rd time to cast Cosmic Storm on 3 eyes. And first we have to see if it works. Again.
If I didn't know better, I would assume you're trying to insult Triclops.
Just call it like it is. Oh, he finally succeeded. He can actually do Cosmic Storm. You got this, Orko. All right, his power is 6. Cosmic Storm. Okay, Orko. Oh. Okay, rerolling 3 dice. Not improving at all, but 4 successes against his mind, which I can't imagine is very much. 2.
3, I believe.
Oh, does he have something? He
He
does.
has a vest.
Where's the other dice? Oh, there.
I think he will re-roll that one.
Oh. Oh. Gonna need to use extra dice. Oh! What? What?
Finally, Orko is losing his power on my evil warriors.
Oh, he hasn't done a thing. His cosmic spell still fails. Oh, he's been trying to get him out of combat for the last 3 turns and it keeps failing.
You should get that floating feeble mind out of here while you still can, Shira.
All right. Well, that was Orko. Thanks for the effort.
Triclops is going to make 2 attacks.
Against.
That hammerhead of yours.
Ram Man. Oh.
Unfortunate. And 1 success.
All right. Ram Man has a toughness 4. So I think he'll be fine. Yes.
Second attack.
Oh.
Much better. 3 successes.
4 toughness. So you said 3 successes?
Yeah.
Good. That means we're back to fate. And the fate says 7 for Skeletor and 6 for Mace.
Evil Lyn will activate. She'll spend both mana that she gains. And she will focus first, then Shadow Strike He-Man.
You've got this, He-Man.
The 3s are success because of the focus. And the 6, so we have 4 successes.
He-Man has 3. Orko is now within range, however, and he's got plenty of mana to help He-Man out. Because I need He-Man to survive. Holy smokes. Oh, darn it. He-Man is out. Also burned.
Castle Grayskull will be mine, He-Man.
Oh my goodness. Orko. Okay, so we got this. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to take out someone now as well. We are going to go with giving Man-at-Arms a mana, and he's going to attack twice if he needs to. First with his mace, so 4 attacks against Triclops. Exploding dice. 4 successes against Triclops. Wow. That's enough. Oh, great.
Why not?
Oh, jeez.
Give me some more dice. The fates are dancing with me, She-Ra.
Oh, okay, so that did nothing the first time. Thankfully, he's got 2 more action points, so he's gonna do it again. Oh, gee whiz. Oh, no. 1. Just 1. Come on. Roll like He-Man did. Oh, not that time. I didn't mean that time that He-Man did. Okay, Man-at-Arms did nothing. Just I have Ram Man to do then. He's going to get himself some extra mana. And then he's going to attack. He's going to focus and attack. And since he's focused, he will have 5 dice. Come on, Ram Man, you can do it. Oh, he's focused. These are all hits with an exploding dice. No. But 5 successes. 2 successes against my 5.
How much damage does 3 do?
2 damage.
He will use a mana to reroll 1 of them.
Darn it.
He is still in the fight,
1 damage.
leaving him with 1 life.
Things are not looking good. This is so next round is the 4th round, the last round, and I haven't done much of anything.
Skeletor enjoys the pain that Triclops takes, and the Havoc Staff
Oh, right.
grants him a mana.
All right, that means cleanup. And then round 4, the not so good looking outlook for the Masters of the Universe is at the end of round 3. I am in dire straits, and the status of the evil warriors at the end of round 3.
Before we get to the final round of the game, I just wanted to show off the creators of this game and where you can get your own copy at the moment and get all sorts of extra goodies, because not only is there the main game, we just focused on the main game, but there are all sorts of expansions so that you can play all sorts of different characters. I'm going to be showing you all of these different kits, so stay tuned for that. Make certain to like the video if you've enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I'm going to be doing all of these various kits, and we'll be coming back with even better lists than the original ones, and I hope you enjoyed that. But if you wanted to be part of this Kickstarter while it's active, there's all sorts of different things that you can get here. It's going to be available, I would imagine, in game stores in time, but right now this is definitely the best way to get it. So I hope you enjoy and make certain you stay tuned.
Have the fates been kind? 8.
9.
Oh, darn it all. I was hoping you didn't have any of those left at the end of this. Gain more mana. Okay.
Evelyn will activate, and she will gain 2 mana from this card. Just enough for her to cast Fireball.
Oh no.
She will target that Hammerhead.
Oh no. Oh well, oh my gosh, Triclops.
Well, let us start off with Hammerhead.
So who are all the targets?
He is the target and all within 1. So all 3 of them.
Okay, for a moment I thought Orko was in there too.
No. Unfortunately, he does not have enough mana.
Who's the first target?
The Hammerhead.
The Hammerhead. Triclops looks a lot more like Hammerhead than Ram Man.
Very good. Ram Man. 3 successes.
3 successes. Ram Man has, oh my gosh, Ram Man has a mind of 1.
His brain is the size of a peanut.
So, okay, Orko's going to give Ram Man 1 of his mana to help him out. And he was focused, which means that the 3 counts. So that's 2 successes.
So no damage.
Against your 3 successes? Was it? Yeah, 3 successes. So no damage. No damage against Ram Man.
Against Triclops. Excellent. He has 3 to save against. And he's mined is 2, but 3 because of the gear.
Taking my...
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Actually, that's great, because I don't want to take all my points away. I need to kill him myself.
Yes, I actually wanted
Evelyn
to get him. And now against...
That's all right. Ram Man took the hit for him.
Man-at-Arms.
Protected him. Oh, no.
3 successes on
All right,
Man-at-Arms.
Man-at-Arms has a mind of 2, and Orko's going to give him his last mana so that he has a save against 3. And he was not focused, so that's 2 fails.
1 damage.
All right.
At least it was not fruitless.
That is the first time Man-at-Arms has been targeted or attacked, or at least damaged anyway. Okay. So, now we have my turn. Man-at-Arms is going. He is going to get 2 mana. The other effect doesn't apply because he's already got his maximum mana and he doesn't have a curse on him, but that's what I got. He's got 2 activations. One is going to be to focus, and the next one is going to be to attack with his mace. 4 attacks. Yep, 4 attacks. Come on. Destroy Trapjaw. Come on, you've got this. And it's focused, so 3s. Yes, with 2 exploding dice. Yes! 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. 6 successes. Die, you darn thing. I'm knocked out.
Yeah.
Yes. Come on. All right, don't go exploding dices on me now. All right.
3 successes.
3 successes.
That is enough to kill him. You have knocked out Triclops.
He has been such a pain in the butt this game. Holy smokes. Oh, all right. That was Man-at-Arms. And that was all of his actions. So it is now time to choose the fates again. All right, I doubt I'm going to win this one, but it would be nice. I got 5. 6. Darn it. Gain mana with successes. Okay, so 3 actions.
Skeletor will use his flaming missile on Orko.
Orko, oh no.
6 explodes, and only 2 successes with the first one.
Mind. Orko ran out of mana, giving it to everyone else. So, 3 dice.
Excellent. 1 damage.
Orko is down to 1.
The second
Oh,
missile.
darn it.
2 successes, and I'll spend a mana to re-roll this for 3 successes.
Okay, Orko, come on. You can do it. Just need 3 successes.
Excellent.
Oh no, not Orko too. Okay. All right, now it brings us to Ram Man, and oh boy, is he going to be doing ramming speed. All right, so Ram Man is using 2 of his mana and 1 action to do ramming speed right into those 2, which means he's going to do a test against both of them. So his strength versus their toughness on Skeletor first. Woo! What a silly thing to get a... What is... Okay, 5 successes.
1 success.
He is now knocked down, so that'll be a -1 to his defense dice scope. And then against Evelyn, just 1 against her toughness.
Both fail.
They couldn't get out of the way in time. Good. And now he's going to attack first. 3 dice, attacking Evelyn. No, just 1. Evelyn. Oh, surprising. Okay, that is 1 damage. Evelyn again with his final attack. He will spend a mana to reroll one of these. No. Oh my gosh. Come on. Take her out. Oh my gosh. Did he take her out?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Evelyn has been removed.
Oh right, and she was knocked down, so it would have lowered her dice anyway. But, oh, that's a 6. Okay, that is me.
Trapjaw will shoot at Ram Man.
Oh my gosh.
2
At Ram Man, so the scope is down 1. Not that it mattered from the looks of it. Okay, that one doesn't count. So 5 successes. Oh dear. Okay, so Ram Man has 4. 4s. No. Okay, so
That's 2 damage. His second shot. No. And reroll 1. Very good. We shall calculate points. I believe it's very close, She-Ra. I believe it's very close.
having taken down He-Man, Orko, Stratos with their stuff, Skeletor got 58 points, but having taken down Evelyn and Triclops, and at the end of the last round gaining this objective, I've got 89 points. So 58 to 89, that's over 20 victory points in difference, has won me the game.
Why?
Now, as you know, evil never dies, so we will be back in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make certain to like and subscribe to the channel if you did, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
I'll get you next time, She-Ra.